Hey teachers, what's going on? My name is Michael from teachermichaelonline.com, and in today's video, I'm going to be answering a question that I've received a lot over the last year, and that question is, which company do I prefer? VIPKid or GoGoKid? Whenever I'm asked this question, I always tell teachers that it's kind of like the difference between Coke and Pepsi. Some people swear that there is a huge difference and you are crazy if you can't spot them. Some people say that it's pretty much the same thing, one versus the other, it doesn't really matter. I don't want to leave you hanging. Before this video starts, I'm going to answer this question up front, and then we're going to go into some more details. Which company do I prefer? Coke. I like Coca-Cola Classic. Okay, I actually am going to answer the GoGoKid, VIPKid question at the end of this video, but before we get into that, if you are interested in the world of online teaching and you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'm going to encourage you to do that right now. And I'm also going to ask you to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out the next time I upload a video. If you're tight on time and you want to jump to a specific part of this video, I'm also going to leave timestamps in the description, so feel free to scroll ahead if you want to get to a specific section of this video. So let's do this. Which company do I prefer? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my list of preferences on my phone here, and we're going to just award 1 point to each company every time I find something that I prefer about that company. So let's start with VIPKid. One thing that makes me prefer VIPKid is that this is the first company that I started teaching online with. I started with VIPKid almost 4 years ago, and in that time span, I have worked for them as a brand ambassador. I've helped create videos for their YouTube channel and their website, and I just have a lot of warm feelings towards the company. They've been really good to me, and they've given me a lot of opportunities, and that kind of, puts them in a category in my heart that I just have a soft spot for them. Without VIPKid, I don't know what I would be doing today. I may not be teaching online. I may not have even known about online teaching. So I'm very grateful to them, and I'm gonna give them 1 point for being my original online ESL company. Let's jump to the other side of the fence and talk about GoGoKid. One thing I prefer about GoGoKid is that I think their platform is a lot more interactive. Not only are the songs and the music a lot better on GoGoKid, there's also a lot of functions that VIPKid just doesn't have that I really enjoy when I'm teaching with GoGoKid. One of those functions is the ability to drag the video of my student onto the slide. So when there are two characters that are having a conversation back and forth, I'm able to drag my student into the slide, drag myself into the slide, and it makes it really clear to them that we're gonna have a conversation back and forth. So I love that. There's also just generally more things to click on. There's more audio cues, there's more musical cues. There's just more pizzazz in the GoGoKid lessons. Because I find it more interactive, I'm awarding GoGoKid 1 point. Jumping back to the other side, I really prefer that the students that I teach with VIPKid are a lot more varied in terms of their age and their ability. I teach level 2 to level 5 with VIPKid, and I love that. I get to teach some really advanced students, and I get to engage in conversations that go a little bit deeper than I'm able to go with GoGoKid, because a lot of the GoGoKid students are younger, their ability is a little bit lower. So I really do appreciate that when I'm teaching with VIPKid, I get to see a wide variety of students throughout my teaching day. Just to add on to that, VIPKid allows you to certify or decertify for specific levels. So if you're not interested in teaching really young, small children, you don't have to with VIPKid. You could just certify for some of the higher levels. Whereas GoGoKid doesn't allow you to do that. You teach whoever you're given. So when you sign on as a teacher, that's what you do. You sign on as a teacher and you're open to teach every student on that platform. So I like that VIPKid gives you the ability to kind of control, maybe not the age, but definitely the ability of the students that you're teaching. And that is another point for VIPKid. Back to GoGoKid. I find that the GoGoKid lessons are a lot more focused. I find that when I'm teaching VIPKid lessons in a 25-minute span, sometimes we're going from singing a song to a new vocabulary word, then we're into math problems, then we're doing science, then we move on to reading a story, and we do reading comprehension, and the lesson is like, whoa, what are we focusing on? Not only is it difficult to teach that way, it's also difficult for the students. They're being pulled in all these different directions within a 25-minute window. I sometimes find that just at that moment where the kid is learning or they're catching on to the idea that you're trying to teach, all of a sudden, boom, we're on to a math problem. And they don't really get time to absorb and reinforce and really practice what it is they're learning. On the flip side, GoGoKid's lessons are very focused. The other day, I spent a full 25-minute lesson teaching the word goodbye and goodbye, Hannah. That's what we did for 25 minutes. And that can be, okay, maybe a little bit boring sometimes, but if the student is having difficulty with the word, it allows them time to absorb it and really get it, so they have a feeling of success by the end of the class. Because the GoGoKid lessons are so focused, sometimes what happens is the student, they just know the material. And so within the first 1 or 2 slides, they're like, I don't need to repeat this. I already know it, teacher. Like, this is boring. Which for some people may be intimidating. For me, I love that because it allows me to expand the lesson. And after having taught online for 3 or 4 years, I feel very comfortable expanding my lesson, talking, asking follow-up questions, having conversations that are kind of adjacent to the lesson material. So I love the ability to expand and contract my lessons like that. If you're a new teacher or you're not extremely comfortable expanding the lesson, you may not like that. You may find it, anxiety inducing or something like that. GoGoKid may not be the platform for you. But for someone like me who enjoys expanding the lesson, I like GoGoKid for that reason. So far, 2-2. I'm gonna put another point in the VIPKid column because of the regular students that I teach. I've had the opportunity over the last couple of years to develop some really meaningful relationships with my students, and I love seeing them. I love teaching them, I love watching them grow, and we have some really nice classes. And I haven't really gotten to that level with GoGoKid yet because I haven't been teaching with them for as long. So I'm gonna put a point in the preference column for VIPKid because of my regular students. As I was thinking about comparing these two companies, one of the things that I kept coming back to was kind of the spirit of the company and where they are in their trajectory. And I think that VIPKid right now is a little bit more established. It's definitely a bigger company. And so for that reason, I like that GoGoKid has kind of the underdog mentality, a bit more of a startup vibe. I feel like they're a few steps behind VIPKid. One reason that I think that that is a positive is because they're still offering incentives to their teachers that VIPKid has discontinued. They're incentivizing new teachers to open up time slots by paying them bonuses, and I do feel, generally speaking, they also offer a higher base salary to new teachers because they have to be competitive. They know that if VIPKid is gonna offer their teachers more money, that's where the teachers are gonna go. So GoGoKid, to me, still seems to be in that scrappier mentality. They're still trying to incentivize teachers to come to their platform. So I like that. That may change over the next couple of years as GoGoKid grows and as more teachers come to their platform. But for now, I view GoGoKid currently in 2020, the end of 2020, kind of where VIPKid was a few years ago. They're still incentivizing teachers, they're still trying to grow, and that means that there's a lot of opportunities for people like you. So based on the smaller size of the company and some of these incentives, I'm gonna give another point to GoGoKid, which right now puts us at 3-3. So where does that leave us? I know that I can't end this video sitting on the fence. I'm gonna hear about it in the comments. I know that that would be unforgivable. So I do want to make a definitive statement. Which company do I prefer? Because I feel that essentially the job is pretty much the same. At the end of the day, I'm teaching 25-minute English lessons one-on-one to students in China. What it comes down to for me is who is gonna pay me more for the exact same job. And in this case, it's GoGoKid. GoGoKid pays me $9 as my base salary per 25-minute class, whereas VIPKid pays me $8. At the end of the day, this is a job for all of us. We're all trying to support ourselves, our families, we're trying to save money, we're trying to pay down debt. And so if it comes down to who is gonna pay you more for the exact same job, that's the company that I would prefer. So for you, that might be VIPKid. I don't know. It might be GoGoKid. It might be Magic Ears. It might be Palfish. It might be a dozen other companies out there that are gonna pay you to be an online English teacher. And because of that, if you're wondering which one is better, which company should I apply to, I would try to apply to multiple companies and find out for yourself who's gonna pay you more for the same job. That is the company that I would prefer. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you found that video helpful, and I would love to hear from you down in the comments. Which company do you prefer? And more importantly, why? Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please, please, please do so. And if you want to find me on Instagram, you can find me there at teacher__Michael. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, have fun teaching, and I will see you on the internet. Peace!